Hello there. I'm just getting this done, getting installed, and put a half-inch hose. The couple are actually facing each other to avoid any dirt and mud getting into it. Took me a while to get it going, but it's all painted. It's a probably you can tell what this is all about. So, unless the folks don't have any idea what this is all about, it's a excavator drive hydraulic cement or concrete mixer. This one is a pretty good size, 42 inches wide, about 30 inches thick. So if it's fully loaded, a complete load could do half-inch or 3/4 of an inch. I wouldn't push it. If this thing makes up half yard, that would be great. So 2 bags of cement with some aggregate, half yard, will take about 2 minutes to make, because this is making by the excavator, so it's much easier. So I have choosing those gears, which is a hydraulic motor, is a pretty powerful one. It's a 80 RPM, so there's a lot of torque. So after the reduction gear, which is 1 to 4 or 1 to 5, so I got about 18 RPMs now. That's why it's so much torque. One day I jam a little rocks on the paddle, so I shared this half-inch pin. Imagine that. So I have to make a new key to it. The key actually shared due to the stress. However, that will be a good news. That means you got tons of torques. There's a 4 paddle, which is angled towards one direction. Therefore, once it's agitating or mixing, they can go forward and backward. I put my offset booms on my Hitachi, the hydraulic output, to this, so there's a control foot valve, can go forward and backward. So the safety grade, and also there's a couple of giant teeth. That's called cement bag breaker. So you break 2 bags of cement, and then the only thing you need to do is to add water. So it's making a cement. It's become an easy job. Well, half cubic yard compared to a little barrels I have, this will make about 5 loads of that in one shot. Because the excavator can drive it to the where you want to dump it, or I have a side discharge, which is can dump it precisely to where you want. So if you don't need that, you can just close the shut and then just getting the load going. So what I only didn't do is I saw folks actually making a huge reduction gear. I guess their hydraulic motor is too fast. This is a slow one. So 80 RPM is very, very hard to pound. It's a super slow with a huge amount of torque. And then so that's, you see in there, that's a little my Hitachi. What I did is actually I made the 3-wheel valves of the offset boom, which is super useful when you do a square hole for the septic tanks. You just sit in your machine there, digging away without do anything. Just one position, you can dig a perfect 8x8 square hole, or 8x10, or 8x12, whatever. So this one, so I use that offset fluid as a power to drive this. So I need a three-way valve, so I can turn the three-way from offset to the cement mixer, and then the cement mixer can go forward and backward. Great. Well, I've been tried it. It works really well. But only thing is that I wait for the paint to dry so I can do a field test, putting like a bunch of aggregate and then see how it's mixing. It should work. I tried it, so but I'll try it one more time with some project going. So you can pour a garage driveway with this in about 2 hours. Well, me and my friend just hand bombed 50 bags of cement plus aggregate. We spent the whole day. I didn't do a great job because each time you only make one little barrel of load. That's 1/6 or 1/7 of a cubic yard. The things can agitate. If you are doing it properly, you can do a 3/4 of a yard in one shot. 3/4 of a yard, that is about 6 or 7 load or 8 load of a wheelbarrow or those little we call the home little mixer. So that's the cover, and once the cover is on there, so the sand and water and dirt wouldn't go into the gear. And also, that's a very expensive item or attachment for an excavator. Oh, by the way, my Hitachi is a 5 metric ton, so this thing would handle it really easy. I can actually truck in the aggregate, so this can scoop from right out of the truck, and then crack a couple of bags of cement, and then add some water. Away goes. You get some cement. If you want them a little smoother or a little puffy, you add some lambs, so to add some air into it. Very good. So I'll just walk around one more time so you can see what the general construction. And then this gate opens, so you can take that off if you want. If you don't need that, take that off. Oh, by the way, the shaft is an 1.25 with the pivoting bearing base, so allowing a little bit in precession so they can wiggle a little bit with no trouble. So the pin is made for a Hitachi 5 metric to a 6-7 metric ton, up to 8 metric ton, the same pin size. 10 metric ton is larger than this. So, oh well. Thank you for sharing the time and watching this. Keep making more stuff. If you look at there's a little bucket. That's the 16-inch service bucket I made by a scrap metal. This is about 4 years after. It works really well. So I'll make another video to update that to see how that thing's doing. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.